How's it going, gang? It's a final render here, and welcome to another Fallout 76 camp glitches video. In this series, we take a look at cool camp glitches that will help make your camps more interesting and more unique. And in this video, we're taking a look at 5 camp glitches that will make Bethesda wish they hired you as a level designer. They're really cool, easy to do, and they're definitely going to improve some of your guys' camps. But also, if you are interested, we now finally have a final render merchandise store. We got some cool merch for you guys to go ahead and buy, including a Yeet face mask. This is a fantastic mask that looks cool, is comfy, and will help you yeet COVID out of your life. But first, let's do a building video. So for our first trick, we're going to take a look at how you can get visible chimney stacks coming out of your camp. It's a really nice thing to make your camp look lived in, and it looks really good in places like the forest where players can see this visible column of smoke coming from your camp. It's a really nice and easy trick, and I think you guys are going to love it. First thing we need to keep in mind though is that it does require a very specific atomic store item, which is this, the modern fireplace. This modern fireplace does go into a store quite regularly. It is quite a common item. However, if you don't have this modern fireplace, you will have to find a replacement source of fire. But anyways, let's go and take a look at how this works. We've got 2 methods here. It's actually very simple. If you look inside this area, you can kind of see how this is going to work to have the chimney poking out of the roof. But let's go and rebuild it so you guys can get a very good understanding of how this works. First thing you got to do is pop down your foundation and then add some half walls, specifically half walls to get this to work. Full walls don't actually work. They're a little bit too tall, unfortunately. But then once that's done, you can go and place your fireplace in the corner of your room. It looks pretty good, just kind of sitting in the corner. Makes it look like it's part of naturally in the room, so to speak. And then we can grab our roof pieces. And these roof pieces just allow the chimney stack to be glitched through. Just like that. And then all you need to do once that is in place is add yourself a little corner piece right there, which has the 45-degree angle on it. And job's a game. You've got a really nice chimney stack going through there. But if you don't want to do that, of course, you want to use a more kind of angled corner roof piece. These also work. You can snap these kind of pointed roof pieces on if we can get it to go green. There we go. So now we have actually got our chimney poking through there. And that's one method, and that's a very nice, easy method to get behind. It's a very cool one. But if you wanted to have something a little bit more flashy, like this one over here, where we've got a very high roof, we can get this to work as well. We remove this wall here. We can kind of see what's going on, can't we? We have got the fireplace put on top of a stash box, and then we've got that large roof piece on the top. Now, there is a little bit of a trick with this one to make that to work, but I'll show you what it is now. First thing we need to do, pop our half walls on there, and then we actually need to add a stash box. Now, I'll demonstrate why we need a stash box here. I'll just go and pop this one right there, just temporarily. If we go and put our fireplace in here like it is now, just go and place that right there, and then put our roof back on, you can actually see that the smoke doesn't quite reach the top of the roof. It doesn't actually go out of the top of it through these windows, you know, as an actual chimney would. So what we need to do instead is go and place a stash box underneath the fireplace, and then it's got just a little bit more height to get it to work. Any kind of stash box roughly this size would do. You can even use a table or something like that if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be a stash box. I've just always found that that orange one from the Nuclear Winter Challenges tends to work quite well. And then you can just line it up pretty much in the center. Just go and pop it a little closer that way. And then pop the roof piece back on. Boom! Now the smoke can actually reach out through the top. And that is how you can get functioning chimneys inside your camp. And for our next trick, we're going to take a look at how you can glitch computer terminals inside of walls. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the computer terminals are absolutely massive. They're really huge, and they look kind of ugly in most camps. You know, this terminal is absolutely giant, for example, and I don't really like it. But having it kind of glitched into the wall means you can kind of save some space and makes it look a bit more pretty, in my opinion. It even works for these little terminals here. So how are we going to do this final render, you magnificent man stud, I hear you shouting? It's actually very simple. We are going to go and use the fantastic wall glitch that Bethesda have finally put back into the game. Thanks very much for that, Bethesda. I'm really appreciative of you guys re-adding that glitch. It broke my heart that you guys removed it, but now it's back. So what we're going to do is go and grab ourselves a terminal. Let's go and start with this little one here. This is the one which has a bit more functionality, as opposed to the other one which kind of gives you quests. What we're going to do is get it roughly lined up where a doorway would be. Get it just kind of roughly right. And then what we need to do is pull it back a little bit. Put it back a little bit once we've got it in place. Then all we need to do is add a doorway there, a brick doorway I'm going to be using in this case. And then just push the terminal back in there once it's all lined up. Okay, so just take some time to get it properly sunk into where the door is so that you can actually still see the screen and stuff. And then all you need to do is swap the brick doorway with a regular wall. Ta-da! Now we have got a terminal poking out of a wall. It saves some space and it looks a little bit prettier. And you can take some time to actually sink it in a little further just by turning it back into a doorway and then maybe moving it back just a little bit more. Just like that maybe. And then turning it back into a wall. See, that's a little bit too far in. Let's pull it back just an inch or two. 1 or 2 inches does make a big difference. There you go. Now we have got a terminal poking through. And not only that, but since we actually have a little room back here, if you wanted to, you could go and pop down a little generator here to plug in your terminal. And now you don't actually have loads of wires visible as well. And you can do the same for this exact one right here, this big tall one. Really nice to do with this one because this terminal in particular is absolutely massive. You know, the one that gives you all of your daily quests and stuff. Nice idea, but it's absolutely massive and I hate how big it is. But that is how you can glitch computer terminals, and indeed any item really, into a wall. Next up, we're going to take a look at how you can make some really nice curtains for your camp inside Fallout 76 without relying on the ones that come from the Atomic Shop. So quite a few weeks ago, maybe even a few months ago now, they actually did add curtains inside Fallout 76 to use in your camp. They're really, really nice. You know, they come in a variety of shapes and colours. They actually snap to the window frames. Really, really nice thing overall. In fact, this one you're seeing right here, this flowery one, actually is on sale for free in the Atomic Shop right now. So I suppose it's not really for free, if it's not really on sale if it's free, is it? But you know what I'm saying. Point is, normally you have to pay for curtains. But we're going to show you a really cool method on how you can get curtains inside your Fallout 76 camp without shelling out some coin for them. So, what we are going to want to do is go and get a regular wall right here. Not a wall with a window specifically. We want one which has no window, because we're going to place a curtain over the top of the window. And if you actually do that with a window already in place, then unfortunately you can't actually place the curtain on top. Why don't I demonstrate it here? I'll go and place that one right there by placing it on top of the other curtain. And if I try to place our curtain on here, it will be really fiddly to line it up. You know, you can't get it exactly center. You kind of get it off center a little bit, you know, like that and stuff like that, or maybe even that way. But you can't get it center. So what you need to do is replace this with a regular wall. And then line up a flag of any kind. It doesn't have to be this United States one. It could be like an Enclave flag or a blue caravan flag. Whatever kind of flags you've got, you can go and put that up there. And then we just change it to be a window piece. Now you might want to take some time to make sure that your flag is directly over the top of where the window will be. But once you've got it all lined up really nice, you can go and pop a window frame back in there. And you've got some really nice curtains, and they are completely free from the Atomic Store purchases. They're really good and they're actually very scrappy as well. You know, you could even do the same on the other side if you wanted to. Kind of have the curtains on the outside instead. So there's a variety of things you can do with them. And of course, there are a variety of flags inside Fallout 76. So that is how you can get some really nice curtains for your camp without going into the Atomic Shop. Next up, we're going to take a look at how you can build some very tall and very narrow towers inside Fallout 76. Everybody in building games wants to build giant defensive towers, however it can be a bit tricky inside Fallout 76, but there is a way to do it to where you can get extremely tall and very narrow towers. It is a little bit dangerous because when you build off of these towers you tend to not be able to delete them again, so once it's built, but we'll go and explain that a bit later on. So, how do we build the tallest and narrowest towers inside Fallout 76? Well, it's quite simple. What we're going to do is build some foundations right here. And we're going to be using these stair sets. Now, these stair sets are a little bit different to the other ones. These ones are just single little stairs. And it can only really go at like 45-degree angles if you want to build tall towers. So, like one there, and then one there, one there. It's really, really large. But doing this, we can get a tower that is only 2 foundations across. So let's go and place one there. Looks pretty good. And now what we need to do is get these stair posts, these metal stair posts, and build 2 of them on top of this little tower here. We need to build 1 there and then 1 on top of that. So we have these stairs with the 2 long posts. And then, because these posts for some reason float in the air, we can delete that one. But now we have a post floating in the air, which we can attach another set of stairs to. You can't stack these stairs normally, but you can attach these stairs to those metal posts. So what we want to do is get it so it goes green, and this is important now. You want to make sure you choose the right set of stairs. If I choose these stairs and I attach it to the tower, you'll see I won't actually be able to ascend to those stairs properly, but there could work out quite nicely by the look of it. But if you look, it's not actually centered, the tower, so you need to make sure you actually get it centered and looking good. So best way to do this really is to look at the stairs you've got and essentially do the opposite of what you already have. So it'll be these ones in this case, and then we've got to get them lined up like that. Boom, look at that. So now we can climb up these stairs, turn it right, and we immediately are facing the next set of stairs. Ooh, looks pretty good, right? And then you rinse and repeat until you have the tallest tower of your dreams. It's actually pretty relaxing to do this. You know, you can just go pop on your favorite final render building playlist and just chill out and build the tallest tower you possibly can. Now, as I said, it can be dangerous when you want to start to add things to this tower, because you can't actually delete things once they are there. By the look of it, we are actually at the height of this area over here. We can't build any higher, but depending where you build, you can get like 5 stairs set tall. It's pretty cool. But I'll show you what I mean about the dangerousness of it. Since this stairway is technically, you know, floating, if we go and attach floors to this tower right here, which you can do, we can't actually delete them. It's very, very hard to remove these towers once they are built. There are ways to do it, but it is a bit dangerous to do it. However, if you properly plan it and you actually execute it perfectly, then you can build some really impressive structures. You just got to make sure that you get it right the first time. But that is how you build the tallest and narrowest defensive towers inside Fallout 76. Next up, we're going to take a look at how you can build some really cool defenses using some defensive walls and some interesting building glitches to kind of merge them all together to get a really cool, very tough defensive fortress. Now, it can be a little bit difficult to get this done and your results may vary. This one actually isn't very neat and tidy, but the point still stands, and sometimes, if you're lucky with the way you design them, you can actually blueprint these designs so you can reuse them. Let me go and try this here to see if the one I blueprinted earlier will in fact place. Indeed it will, but I've got liberators coming in. But yes, as you can see, it is possible to actually blueprint these to some degree, which is actually really nice. A really quick, easy way to make your place look really thick and defensive. So, how do we go and do it ourselves? Well, let's go and get rid of all these, and I shall demonstrate it for you. It's actually pretty easy overall, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with these. So, what we need to do first off is go and grab ourselves some of these railings with stairs. We need some of these so that we can actually go and attach one of these later. These are ones without the stairs. These are the ones which we'll actually be using. However, I don't think you can actually place these ones by themselves. I think they have to be attached to stairs. But there is a trick to remove the stairs after, so don't worry about that. So now we've got that in place, we can kind of line up where we want our defenses to be. So, now we have a kind of guide in place. What we're going to do is grab one of these barricades right here. These nice little military barricades are really, really good. And you can just go and line it up with this post here. You could probably go and put other things in here as well if you want to. As long as it doesn't interfere with the kind of putting the fence down later, then you should be good. More goddamn liberators, get out of it. But now that that is done and in place, what we need to do is destroy it using a flamethrower. There are many builders who have used this kind of technique to merge things together, but we're going to show you a technique here. Go and pop down that flamethrower and that will destroy that barricade. So it's actually technically not there, but it kind of is there. It actually does remember where it is. And I'm also going to kill that damn liberator before he causes problems in a minute. So what we're going to do is grab one of these really cool junk fences. These were added to the atomic shop recently, and I love them. They're really, really nice. They're a bit thinner and easier to use than the ones inside Fallout 4, and they're just really, really pretty overall. I wish they snapped, but they are absolutely pretty. Okay, so now what we want to do is put this junk fence where we want it to go. We're going to just kind of line it up neatly so it's in line with this stair piece here. You may struggle to get it in exactly where you want, in which case you have to move your barricade a little bit before you destroy it, but if we get that there, that looks pretty good. That's pretty tight. And yeah, I think that'll work out quite neatly. Okay, so now that is in there, we want to destroy this one with a flamethrower. Let's go and torch this. Junk fence destroyed. So now the junk fence has been destroyed, we should, in theory, if this all works out, be able to reattach one of those stair posts earlier. Yes, indeed, there we go. Look at that. So now we've got those two broken bits and we've got the junk fence. But because it is technically still there, in order to bring them back, we just need to repair them manually or repair them at your workshop. And boom. Now we have got the kind of junk fence and that barrier kind of merged in really, really tight together. So it makes a really nice, solid and strong defense. It looks pretty good. And if you want to, you can go and, you know, put up some extra defensive railings and stuff like that if you want to. Things like that. So that's actually how you get your defensive thing built. And then you can go and blueprint this as you want. But what if you want to remove the stairs? I did mention there was a trick to that. Well, it's very simple, actually. All you need to do is actually just place another one of those railings with stairs on them in place of the other one. So let's go and do that. Let's go and snap that one in here. And then remove that one. And then we can remove that one, of course. So now, there is our little defensive wall built. And, you know, you can blueprint these and stuff, and you can stack them together, and you can make an entire wall out of these things, which is really, really nice. It's a nice way to have quick, easy defenses on a budget. So, yeah. That's how you make some ultra cool defensive walls. So there we go, gang. Those are 5 awesome camp glitches that I hope you guys will definitely enjoy putting into your camps. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations. MGSteve, of course, can also do the same. Remember to become a member and check out the new merch store. Until then, I've been the final render and you've been the audience. Bye-bye, gang. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.